Valmiki tells of the Surpanakha episode simply that Rama and Lakshman drove her off as one might use a stick to shoo a stray donkey out of a garden. But the great Tamil poet Kamban lingered upon it and wove a richer tale, showing how bestial passion works its ruin in a heart consumed by lust. Sitting on the riverbank at Panchavati, Rama watched a swan walking gracefully by the water and then looked at Sita as she walked. Noting how alike their gentle gait was, he was pleased and smiled. And Sita, seeing an elephant return majestically from the river, was reminded of Rama's own walk and smiled too. So in Panchavati, beside the shining Godavari, love flowed smoothly between them, held gently within the banks of Dharma. But even into that serene happiness, fate now conspired with lust. For at that very hour, it dragged the demoness Surpanakha, sister of Ravana, into the presence of Rama. Now the Lord Vishnu had left his ocean of milk and come to earth as a son of Dasharatha, that the foes of the gods might be swept away. But how was Surpanakha to know it? Gazing on Rama's dazzling beauty, the demoness stood dumbfounded, and a fierce, sudden craving flared up in her wild heart. Is this Manmatha, the god of love? She wondered, or Indra, or Siva, or Vishnu himself. But Manmatha has no body. Indra has 1,000 eyes. Siva wears a third eye on his brow, and Vishnu has 4 arms. This youth bears none of these marks. So who can he be? She could not drag her eyes away from him. Perhaps, she thought, this is Manmatha, who has won back his body through penance after Siva burned it to ashes. Yet if he be the god of love, why should so handsome a hero still perform austerities? Why should this lotus-eyed youth waste his days in tapas? So she stood, watching, unable to master her desire. Then a cunning thought struck her. My own form would only fill him with disgust, she reasoned. I shall change my appearance and then approach him. And so by her demon's power to take any shape she wished, Surpanakha transformed herself. Casting off her fearsome shape for one of ravishing beauty, she rose before him like the full moon, a lovely young woman of enchanting beauty. Her slender frame was like a golden creeper climbing the kalpaka tree of heaven. Her lips and teeth were flawless, her eyes soft as a fawn's, with the graceful gait of a peacock and anklets. Making sweet music, she drew near to Rama. Rama looked up, and his eyes fell upon this creature of dazzling loveliness. She bowed low and touched his feet, then withdrew a little, modesty seeming to shade her eyes. Rama, taking her for some visitor come from a distant land, welcomed her courteously and asked after her home and name. I am the daughter of the grandson of Brahma, she said. Kuber, the lord of wealth, is my brother, and Ravana too, who conquered Kailas. I am unwed, and Kamavalli is my name. Then, lowering her eyes, she went on. It is not seemly for a woman to speak the trouble of her heart, and yet I must. The god of love has invaded my heart, she confessed boldly. You can, and you should, save me. Wednesday me by Gandharva rites, as lovers are permitted to do. Once we are joined, not only shall happiness be ours, but friendship will follow between you and my mighty brother Ravana. You are alone in this forest, she pressed, and the Rakshasas will surely molest you, even unprovoked, because you wear the garb of an ascetic. But marry me, and you will be free of all such danger. For my powerful people will serve you in every way. Consider it well. Thus she pleaded, appealing even to his self-interest. Rama laughed softly, his beautiful pearly teeth flashing, amused by the strange proposal. Just then Sita came walking toward them through the plants and creepers. herself as lovely as another slender creeper in bloom. Surpanakha turned and marveled at the radiant beauty of the princess. Knowing nothing of who Sita was, and blind with jealous longing, Surpanakha turned to Rama and hissed, "This girl is a Rakshasi in human shape. She has come to deceive you. Do not be taken in by her. She is a demoness that feeds on raw flesh. Cast her out. Have nothing more to do with her." So she slandered the innocent princess. Rama laughed again. "You are indeed wise," he said with gentle mockery. "You have found out the whole truth about her." But Surpanakha, her wits quite lost in lust, could not understand why the prince was laughing, nor grasp the irony in his words. She saw only her rival standing there beside him. As Sita came and stood beside Rama, Surpanakha hissed at her with open hatred. "Why do you approach this hero of mine, O Rakshasi? Get away from here." Sita, bewildered and afraid at this sudden venom, drew close and clung to the prince's shoulder, seeking his protection from the strange, hostile creature. Rama saw now that the game had gone too far. "Dear lady," he said, "please stop, or my brother may overhear you. He is quick of temper and terrible in his wrath. My advice is that you go back quickly the way you came." And gently drawing Sita along with him, Rama withdrew into the shelter of the hermitage. But the fire of her desire was not put out. Somewhere, somehow, the Rakshasi passed that restless night, burning with a longing unfulfilled. By morning she had made up her mind. "I shall die if I do not win this man. While that girl is with him, he will never turn to me. I must carry her off and put her out of the way." So resolved, she came once more to the hermitage. Rama had gone down to the river for his morning bathing and prayers, and Sita was by herself. Surpanakha judged this her moment to bear the princess away. But in her lust-blinded haste, she failed to notice that Lakshman was near at hand in the wood close by. She rushed towards Sita, but in that instant Lakshman shouted and sprang upon the demoness. Seizing her by the hair, he kicked her and drew his sword. Attacked, Surpanakha threw off her fair disguise and resumed her own dreadful shape, and hurled herself upon Lakshman with all her demon's fury. Lakshman easily overpowered the raging demoness. To punish her cruelty and drive her off, he mutilated her, cutting away her nose and ears, and cast her out of the hermitage, shrieking with pain and humiliation. The disfigured Surpanakha fled into the forest, her blood staining the leaves as she ran. Bleeding and shrieking, Surpanakha fled far into the forest, calling out to her mighty kinsmen, "Khara, my brother; Ravana, my brother; Indrajit, you lords of the Rakshasa race. Do you all sleep? A common man has shamed me and sheared off my nose. Can you not hear me wailing?" So her cries echoed through the trees. Thus, in Kamban's telling, does the tale unfold. Surpanakha approaching in false beauty to snare Rama, hiding her monstrous nature beneath a lovely mask. And this variation finds support even in Valmiki, who called her Kamarupini, one able to take on whatever form she pleased, however fair or foul. The Tamil poet seems to have felt something wanting in Valmiki's briefer account, and so he wove this fuller episode to show how bestial passion works upon a heart. In Surpanakha's blind, devouring lust, and in the ruin it now set in motion, Kamban held up a mirror to the destructive power of unbridled desire. For this small, ugly incident by the Godavari would swell into a mighty war. Surpanakha's humiliation would rouse her brothers Khara and Dushana, and at last, the great Ravana himself. From one demoness's thwarted lust would flow the abduction of Sita, and the fall of Golden Lanka. Such are the seeds of destiny. So ended the strange visitation at Panchvati. Rama and Sita returned to their quiet forest life, and Lakshman kept his watchful guard. But the peace of the hermitage was now broken forever, and far away in the wild, a wounded and vengeful demoness was already carrying her cry for revenge toward the thrones of the Rakshasas.